Here we go.
And we're back, everybody.
What up?
What up, fools? How's it going?
Hey,
welcome back.
My eyes are a little swollen because I just cut up some onions. Get me every time.
Oh, yeah.
Good breakfast, though.
That was a good breakfast.
I think your swollen eyes are worth it.
Thanks. Anything from my homies.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
So we're back, you guys, from a short hiatus.
Yep.
Been a while.
And if you're watching the video, you may notice I am a police officer now. A man of the law.
Yeah.
This is a dope jacket.
It is.
It's a nice looking jacket.
I just think it's hella weird that you thought, like, I was thinking, like, we should all put something on. I want that new jacket on. I thought in my head, I didn't say it out loud, and then this fool goes, that's funny.
Yeah, and then he's wearing a Selena shirt, and you guys came over, and I'm playing Selena.
The vibes are good.
Oh, look at this.
Good
Gay
omen.
pride.
Yeah.
That's
the
Quality.
the equal sign.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the gay thing.
Way to go.
Before it was gay.
Way to go, Chicago police.
Good job, Chicago.
I don't know.
I mean, I knew cops were gay, but, like, this is just enforcing my thoughts.
Wearing it on their sleeves, yeah.
Yeah, go wear
Nice
it.
jacket.
It is a nice jacket. It's got a cool cut.
I like the buttons. The buttons all say, City of Chicago.
Yep.
It fits you nice, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's where Art was. He was becoming a
Chicago
cop.
Yep. I was down trying to fix the injustice
This
of the
jacket goes mighty fine with
Southeast.
my outfit, I must say.
Yeah, it's a dope
It
jacket,
does,
too.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
Those are, if you are just listening to this, then I hope you find some entertainment in this, but you can also be watching us on Facebook and YouTube. And we're in my garage today. We're not at the mature adult time farm.
Nope.
But we're at in my garage, and Melania and Art are wearing my husband's clothes. So
That's right.
that's
Mr. Rybick.
That's what's happening. And it's summertime, yeah. So we've been just doing summer things, right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Fina, you just got back from Chicago.
I just
and
went to Chicago.
I came back from Nevada.
I was in Minneapolis for a bit.
I've just been chilling.
Belle's been chilling.
Been holding down the cinema.
I've been holding down the cinema, yeah.
I've been to Universal.
Milo just turned 4.
Nice. That was good.
Yeah, Mila's 4. Happy
Mila's
birthday,
4.
Mila.
Happy birthday to Milo. If you guys want to send money, just do it directly to me. I'll be
It'll go.
I'll make sure Mila
It'll go
gets
to
it.
Mila
Yeah.
for sure.
It'll be in the Mila my dash La fund, my LA fund.
Dude, Milo's been getting hooked up since before birth.
I was gonna say like her birthday was epic on Instagram, and it's not even her Instagram.
She
You know
has
what
so
I
much
mean?
fun. She has so much
You guys
fun.
went to? How was Disneyland?
It was cool. It was cool. I took a little edibles because it's a smoke-free park now.
That's why that family was fighting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, over the break, there was a big family fight in Disneyland.
Oh yeah, they got
Like it was the
they
same
got
family.
arrested.
It was all the
Like
same
family
family?
on family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
they
didn't
weren't allowed
see
to
it?
smoke, dude.
I
No,
know. I haven't
but
heard about it.
I want to know though what that fight was about. So what it is like there's this whole family there, and this one guy starts fighting with this other guy, and then the sister and girlfriend gets involved, and then there's a mom in like a little like scooter thing, right?
Were they white?
The La Rascal.
No.
Oh.
No, they were
Because I saw this. Oh no, that fight. There was a fight that I saw not too long ago. That
white
was on the
families
streets.
fight in the parking
Dude,
lots.
it was in
Before we get
Toontown.
in, yeah.
It was in Toontown, and then the mom gets knocked over on accident, and then the guy goes, "You knocked over." Like the sister told her brother, "Your girlfriend knocked over our mom," and then he just punches her in the face in Toontown, and like people are
What a
just
cartoon.
all falling out,
Getting
punching,
tuned up
and
in
like
Toontown.
dragging people by the hair, and everyone's just like, "What the hell's going on?"
Andrew's mom was throwing
And-
shade like, "Oh, that's gonna be Melania and Andrew."
Oh, really?
I mean, it almost did. It almost went down.
You guys
to
almost
it.
got in a fight there?
I stayed my happy ass quiet.
I like how you just restrained. Yeah, like that's all you gotta do. There's no reason to be fighting in Toontown
Yeah.
unless I'm there.
The
Then
thing
go
is-
for it. Because I
is
would love
when
to see
people
it.
want to fight and you don't engage with them, that's like the worst thing you could do with that shit.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it makes them madder and
Yeah.
madder and madder, and you're just like, peace. I don't need to talk to you. But this shit was crazy, and they got arrested finally. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they found him.
Oh yeah, Disney's not gonna let that shit go down in their.
I'm
little-
surprised
the
they
thing
got
was,
they got out of the park. I mean, I'm surprised
Yes.
Disney. I thought they had like secret tunnels and all this crazy shit.
got out
They
of
wouldn't
the
let me
park.
buy a beer without a valid ID. Like,
Yeah,
They
but
got out of the park, and they watched it. Like, no one really... They let it happen. It goes on for, like, 5 minutes.
what do you
Well,
think
come
a
on, if
cast
you work
member
at
makes?
Disneyland,
Yeah.
what the fuck you're gonna get involved in some crazy shit?
Disney's got to have
For
their own police
Disneyland?
force.
Unless
there.
I'm dressed
Nah.
up like Buzz Lightyear,
Hell
I'm not
yeah.
getting in
You
front
know
of that fight.
why? This is if I work for Disneyland,
Okay,
some
Captain
shit.
Save a
let me
Ho, then
no.
you
Let
get
And
me
they get
clapped.
sued.
Let me
Workman's comp.
exactly. That's where I'm going. I'm
Oh,
gonna
Marvel
get.
Universe.
I'm gonna get hurt at work at Disney.
Yeah.
They got money
Yes.
to pay all my
It's
hospital
probably
bills.
illegal for you to touch them.
Yeah, they'd probably tell
Yeah.
you not to do that.
Yeah.
But I would.
Unless you're a security guard.
I mean, and those security guards. Come on, they're no fucking hero working
They
there,
touched
dude.
me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Some,
disgusting.
touch
some of
that.
them are. Have you ever seen those videos of like they'll have like Walmart cops and things like that are like will aggressively follow people shoplifting gum or shoplifting
Oh,
this,
this
and it's
fool
like
got-
Oh, that's
it's
at
like-
Walmart. That's not Disneyland.
But it's the same mentality of the
It's
security
the same
guard. I would
mentality.
think.
I got these
No.
big ass scars
I
from
think
that
I think
shit.
the people that apply to work at Disneyland want they're like Disney fans. Like they want to just be around the Disney
Get it for
world,
fucking free
and they're
and
just
get
like, "Hey,
discounts."
dude, you're gonna be the security guard." Okay, like I mean, what do they got? The security guards at Disneyland? They're armed with walkie talkies, and like there's probably a sheriff on station there. Like I bet you anything, they have their own cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the security guards probably like just call them like, "Hey, you need to come here," and that's probably why they were able to fight and get away with it because Toontown's way in the back. And there's only one way to get to it. If you know the Disneyland layout, there's only one entrance
But
to
don't
Toontown.
they got, like you said,
So if you wanna
secret
start-
tunnels and like...
Yeah, and also they
Yeah,
were
the
telling me
back- the
that
staff does.
Disneyland has a very high rate, of children coming up missing.
Oh, for sure. The kids
Like there
run
was
off
one
there.
story that this dude fucking grabbed a little girl, took her in the bathroom, shaved her head, and like
Shaved her head?
shaved her head
right
and
away,
changed her
just-
clothes right away.
damn.
So when they were looking for her, they told the family like, look for the face, don't look for her what she had on, and they actually found the little girl.
What
Like,
a
it was-
trip.
That shit's a trip. Dude, so when we were there for my
It's a
birthday
crying
during the
bald
fire
girl.
for the fireworks show, there was this little toddler. She couldn't have been any more than 2 years old. Comes, just running out of nowhere, and just no parents or nothing, and everybody's like kind of looking at the kid, and nobody's saying anything. Nobody's. We're telling the lady like there's a baby on the loose by themselves.
A baby on the loose.
We tell her, and she sees the lady. She sees a lady with the baby, and she goes, "Oh, the baby's fine." And we start walking up there to over the lady. It wasn't like the mom. It was the lady that was next to us. Because I yelled out loud, like, somebody's kid's loose. And Andrew's like, be quiet. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Be quiet, fool. Like, you should
Yeah,
announce
loose-
this
loose
shit.
kid out
There's
there.
a
Yeah,
loose
there's a
kid.
loose kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell these days. I took Mason to that. What was it? It was like a punk rock festival. I forgot what it was called.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
I was there and it was out, and like there was a bunch of girls just going around fucking with like dudes, just yelling, "Dad, Dad!" And then like you just see guys like this, like just like just tons of guys just
Not mine.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, that's just, in those crowds, like kids just get away, or you think they got away, but their parents just like eyeballing them, like
Yeah.
like
No, that baby got away.
Well, I was at
That baby broke loose.
That baby was gone.
She was like, "This is Disneyland. This is my jam. I live
Fuck
here
yeah.
now. Peace, parents."
If you know how like your parents like you get lost, we're gonna leave you here. Like that's the place. You're like, fine, leave
Yeah,
me
leave
here.
me.
Fool. I'm gonna be at Tom Sawyer's Island running that shit.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of Disneyland, Melania and I, not together, separately saw The Lion King.
Yeah.
And Mel doesn't like it. Why didn't you like it? We haven't talked
Yeah,
about
you guys
this
had
yet.
you guys had two very different
First of
opinions.
all,
I haven't seen it yet, but I
First of
know the
all,
story because I've seen Pumbaa, the original story that it's based
the
off of.
reason why, the reasons that I don't like it, maybe they're just a little selfish because I'm pissed off that they left certain things out, for one.
Oh,
Like,
I have some issues.
The whole Mufasa, say it again. They fucking took that out.
That
pissed
was
me
because
off.
Whoopi Goldberg and Cheech Marin
Say it
were doing
again.
that.
Say it again. They killed that.
Yeah,
I
they
did not.
changed that a
Then
little bit.
Simba was a little bit extra. Like he was just a little bitch. Nala,
was like
fucking
that-
Nala. He wasn't
Simba,
like that.
wasn't
But
Simba always a little bit?
yeah,
Yes.
but not
I heard they made
like
it
the fighting
like,
scene. The women fucking fuck shit up.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
that's what
that's what they're
lionesses
doing.
do.
But that's what they did.
That's
what
They're
they
the
do.
hunters.
And then I did not like that. So, when Rafiki finds out Simba's alive in this movie, he finds out through a fucking turd. And I just thought that whole scene was so
Like he smelled
unnecessary.
the poop?
No. Literally,
Dude,
a
I-
fucking hair flies
No, I
off
agree
of,
with you
a
on
hair
that.
flies off of Simba, goes on like an antelope's tree. The antelope eats the fucking leaf with the hair on it. Then
No, you're missing a point.
That's actually kind of
It
cool.
flies. It flies and it lands on the floor, and an ant gets it.
oh yeah, the ant
And then the
gets it.
ant takes it to a tree, and then
It was
no,
so extra.
and
That's
then
kinda
no,
cool.
and then
No, it's
no,
stupid.
the ant is carrying it. Then a bird flies down, picks up the hair, puts it in the nest,
and then it flies off.
and
the
then
nest.
another bird comes in and throws it out of the nest.
Well, this just sounds like a dope Planet Earth
Then
episode.
it gets eaten.
No,
then
then
it
it gets
shows
eaten.
up in poop.
and then it's in poop.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. I don't
Well,
know.
That's how wise
And then the ants
baboons
again
hunt.
pick it up and carry it over.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
But-
that's
in
whatever.
that scene in the cartoon. It's when Simba doesn't know what to do and he like falls down on
Like
the
dandelions or
leaves,
something,
and
yeah.
the
Yeah.
leaves spell out the word sex.
Yeah.
And then
That's
Did
when
they-
that's
and
when
then
I
they
first
make
got
their
horny.
way.
When I was first watched The Lion King, I was like, "Yep, I'm horny now. I don't know why."
So I agree with you with that. Some of the certain things
Scar wasn't
they
black.
changed. Scar
What do you mean he wasn't black? He didn't have
Like,
black hair.
I feel like they tried
he
so
was played
hard.
by a black
They-
person.
Yeah,
but so
but
was Mufasa.
but in the movie they made him like darker, and I feel like in this one, instead of not being offending anybody, he was like super light
No,
and super
he did
weird
have
looking.
he
didn't
did
look-
have the he did have like
He got darker towards the
tips.
end.
He got
Towards
dark,
the
he
end,
had
he got
dark
darker.
tips.
Well, because these lions that they made because they're live action, they actually based them off of a certain type of lion that are specifically to the region of Kenya, and
Okay.
and supposedly like these lions there, they like the more dominant males anyways do have dark hair. So like Mufasa would have been considered like a ugly lion to the females because he had lighter hair. So like the females like that darkness. also I've heard that the way that lions like their like the prides work is once the males are born and they get a certain age, like fucking age, like all the girls in that pride are pretty much their sisters. So they kick the males out and they have to leave. Like the males, all the males, like the sons, the cousins, the brothers, all have to leave. They have to find another pride and take that over. Then they would normally kill all the males in that one and then breed with all those women that are not their relatives. That's like the natural way of things. So in real life, Simba would have been kicked out anyways, and probably Scar and Mufasa probably came up on that pride together as brothers. And then at one point, Mufasa probably kicked Scar's ass and was like, now I'm the dominant one. But in reality, in lion prides, if the dominant males aren't doing what they're doing, all the women will just fuck them up. Like two male lions can keep like 3 or 4 women males at bay, but one male lion can't stop 3 or 4 women lions. That's it. They're done. And the whole pride will just fuck them up. So when you said like the women kicked ass, like that to me seems more realistic on like lion behavior.
It
my
does.
my
cool.
thing that I hated the most, so I was like, "Fuck this" about it, and I genuinely liked the movie. Like I liked it more than Aladdin because I didn't really like
I liked
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
I liked Aladdin too.
They
'cause
the
Aladdin
change
looks like
they,
me,
They did changes in Aladdin though, but and it was fine. I liked it better than I thought I
And
would.
Will Smith is good though,
But
right?
I mean,
Will Smith was good.
You can't
He was a
hate
good
him. It's hard to
genie.
hate on him.
he did an alright.
He looked like Uncle Phil.
But I hated the Scar song. They basically didn't even do it.
Exactly.
They
Wait,
had
what song?
whispers of it. Be prepared. Like
Oh, that's a dope
that's
song.
the best
That's
song.
the best
That's
song
when the
that they
hyenas
didn't
look
do
like
it.
Nazis and they're all like marching like we're gonna
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
take over
Yeah.
Pride Rock. Oh, they took
That's
that
a good,
out.
That's a good.
That's
part.
a
I
great
like that.
song.
Yeah.
So the whole dynamic, like Whoopi Goldberg's character, is like more.
Is she still
like
in there?
Whoopi's not in there. The only person that they recast was James Earl Jones as Mufasa.
That makes sense.
Because you can't. I mean,
Yeah, you shouldn't. Since he's still alive, you
who's
shouldn't.
gonna replace James Earl Jones?
I mean, I just
James
love
Earl
the
Jones.
the voice of Darth Vader as Simba's father. Like he's like Luke Skywalker, really,
Yeah.
in the Lion Kingdom.
But
Simba Skywalker. No one sees.
But
this
I
guy.
wish that they would have brought Whoopi back, and I don't know, maybe Whoopi said no to it, but
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Beyonce wasn't.
Wait,
She took me out of it,
Beyonce took me out of it. I didn't-
and she didn't
Nala.
really.
She's gonna play Nala for
She's
sure.
Nala, and she was. I don't know. I was just not
First
into
of all,
Nala. I was not into Nala in this
hardly
movie at all.
had. She didn't.
It was
have,
all about
like,
this bitch.
Yeah, I heard she had a
I
bigger
don't
story
feel
arc
like it
in
was-
this movie than she did in the
She
animation.
barely did, I think.
No, because the whole sneaking off scene and shit. Like,
Oh, that was in the original, wasn't it?
No,
It wasn't as long.
No. it wasn't as long.
Nala leaves. She's on a hunt and she runs into Pumbaa and she's chasing down Pumbaa in the cartoon.
Yeah, and that's when
then Pumbaa runs to Simba,
She
and
was
Simba
hunting
comes
for food.
Yeah,
no,
and
but she had left. No,
Yeah, she said, "I left
she
to get help," and
she
I
left
found
the
you.
land to hunt because there was the hyenas ruined their land.
No, she said I left to get help, and I
Oh.
found you. She does leave.
I thought she left to go get food, like she was hunting outside of
all of the
their
above.
hunting land.
She was.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then she found Simba.
So, what did you think of Simba and Timon? I think they had a good dynamic.
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa.
Now that was Seth Rogen and the guy who's
And
like
Billy
from,
Eichner.
He's the guy from
Who's Billy Eichner?
he's from Parks and Rec, right? He's always like no, like
Yeah.
ah! Like he was also an American Horror Story.
Okay.
He's like really good
But
at being
he's
bitchy.
Billy on the street.
Yes, Billy. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he has this
Here,
show
I'll
like
pull up a YouTube
Good
really
People, or no, Difficult People, I think is his show.
What is the name again?
Billy Eichner.
Eckner. Okay, sorry.
Did you like them?
I did, but you know what? I think I should give the movie another try as well because Zach and I were both sitting there pity partying.
Because I was gonna, the way you reacted
Oh,
when
I
I just
hated
said
it.
when
We
I just
hated
said
it.
I liked it was
Fuck that.
really aggressive,
Oh, yeah,
and
I
I
got
was
it.
like, I was like, if you can't hate it that much. I was like, I wonder what kind of mood this bitch was when
Zach
she
and
saw
I were
it.
fucking in the pity party because we didn't like it. It wasn't a movie that we had just watched like the day before. And it was just so funny.
All right,
Well, you
listen,
can't do that. You
I'm gonna-
can't
I'm just gonna
watch
play
it the original.
This is a clip of Billy on the street, really quick. Let me
Hey
just play
guys,
this for
it's Billy
Eric.
Eichner,
Do you
and this
like
is
him?
Funny or Dies,
Oh,
Billy
yeah,
on
I
the Street,
recognize
a
this guy.
music and
He
pop
is okay.
culture game show.
Yeah,
Now, before we get to
he's
this week's
very
three
funny,
round
dude.
game,
I don't want to
let's
play
hit
too
the
much of his
streets
stuff,
of
but
Yeah.
just so you remember, like, so
Okay,
is
that
he
seems
Pumbaa
fine.
or Timon?
He's Timon.
Okay, so yeah,
Seth Rogen was funny.
okay, Seth Rogen, I think, is probably a really good
So
Pumbaa.
what the and then we should say spoilers for this movie. I mean, but you should already.
You
seen
should
it.
know the story, right?
Uh,
Yeah.
So you know the part where they're singing Hakuna Matata and it's like not in front of the kids and they actually just let it happen. I thought at first I was like, what? But then I was like, that was kind of funny.
Wait, oh, because he farted?
Yeah, and there was like a shit ton more fart jokes.
Well,
That's
yeah,
good.
because it's Seth Rogen, and it's the time. Like,
Yeah,
this is the
no,
era.
and it's
to-
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took out the Hitler reference, but they put in more farts.
You know,
What
I'm
was the
okay with
Hitler
that.
reference?
Well, from Be Prepared, like
Oh,
he,
yeah.
Remember
like
all the
so at the
marching?
Yeah,
end,
yeah.
like they don't really, like they kind of come around, but they don't even sing the song.
So do they get
And
prepared at all, or do they just
They
walk
do,
in there
like
all
he
fucking
at the
willy-nilly?
very end, like he says a couple of lines from the song. And at the very end, he does hop on top of the rocks
And the
you know.
fires, like,
I don't remember if they started a fire.
remember that's the end. There's like lightning hits Pride Rock, and
Yeah.
oh, I guess also I heard that Pride Rock was based off of this mountain range in Kenya. Also, like that's like a real place you could go to.
Hakuna Matata is a real thing too.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of my jams. Like since my childhood,
Because
that's been in my song list.
Someone
so.
came into my school when I was younger from Kenya, and I mean, this is my memory, so I know I smoked lots of weed, but I'm sure
Yeah.
that this happened. And and like that's a real phrase, you know.
Yeah.
I think it loosely means what they say it means.
No
but
worry.
It is a real like.
All right, really quick, guys. I just got a text, but this reminds me of this. I saw this truck on my way back from Nevada.
A mega monster truck?
No, read it closely.
Mega monster.
It's not mega. It's the MAGA, isn't it?
Oh,
There's like the
It's
Donald
the MAGA.
It's
Yeah.
MAGA.
Oh my
Monster
God,
truck,
it's a
yeah.
Trump.
And Donald Trump's all over it.
Oh
it's
my
a MAGA.
God.
It's a MAGA truck, not mega. I thought you were saying.
I was
That's
trying to say mega, but maybe
adorable.
I'm just
Wow.
not pronouncing it properly.
Make America great again.
Yeah, there's this big monster truck over there in Nevada, like with Donald Trump's face all over it, and says like hashtag
Ew.
MAGA monster.
dude.
But the truck behind it was actually really cool. It was a bit. I didn't take a picture of that. Elliot took a picture for me because I was driving. But the truck behind it was a old school fire truck monster truck, which was badass. I was like,
That's
dude,
tight.
that looked so cool. But this one, I was like, what the hell? You know, this is look at this got little small tires on it too.
Yeah,
Like,
representing a small
yeah,
hand.
small hands. You got like little tiny tires instead of the. Look at the tires next to it, and they could have got.
Ah, that's hilarious.
That's so
funny
funny,
as
dude.
fuck.
Like, listen, I don't know. I just thought that was hilarious.
Speaking of Trump, I was at work yesterday and someone called my work phone, not my phone,
Yeah.
and asked if I thought Trump was a better president, doing a better job than Obama. And I was, what do you think I said? I said, absolutely
speak
not.
English.
And then he was like, oh, okay. like, he was surprised, and I'm like, dude, I was like, not only do I think he's not doing a better job, I was like, I think he is a racist. I was like, it's embarrassing that he is the head of this country, and I would love nothing for him to be out of office and in jail. My only regret is I forgot to also tell him that I think he's a rapist.
What did the man respond?
Okay, thank you so much. Because it's being recorded too, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
And I was like, is that all? And he was like, oh, okay, yeah. I was like, because I could go on.
I should have asked him to, to donate.
I was like, I can say more.
Send me money.
Why don't you send me some money on my Venmo, and I will totally fill out all your. I don't know. I just feel like getting this free data, like cold calling people, asking them opinions, is really, it's really shady now. Like, you should just give me money for that,
Well, so he called and asked to speak to someone.
Is it one of your bosses? Like, who was registered to, or do you think someone registered your restaurant as like, yeah, here, call me as like, and they sign petitions?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But they called and asked to speak to someone who doesn't work there and is not my boss's name. So I was like, they're not here. And he was like, oh, we can just ask you instead. And I was like, we're calling from the Republican Party. And I almost hung up at that, but then I was like, let me
ask someone who likes to party.
But
I like half of their name right already, off the bat.
But it's like, yeah, you're just cold calling people. And then, I don't know, I get weird phone calls there sometimes. Like, someone called and said you want to increase your business, and then, like, said the N-word or something like that, and, like, hung up. And then called back and said something bad about women, and we're like...
I think that the cinema bar is the only bar that actually gets the other people all riled up. Like, watching Zach and you the other day go at it with that guy, everybody was calling that one guy to, like, they had this scammer mad as fuck. He was like, but he, like, told Zach his parents' address. Like, I'm gonna come fuck you up, motherfucker. Like, but Zach got this guy so upset and worked up.
They know where Zach's parents live?
Because it's registered to the phone.
Off that phone number.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and it's crazy that works. Like, it has to work. It's increasing. You get more and more spam calls. Like, there's people that are giving away information.
Old people.
Yeah, I mean, just anyone that's want to, you get someone like that has a memory issue or something, like especially an elderly, maybe senile person. You get them talking, they might forget what they're talking about and just start rambling on, like old Subway Bob. Like, he'd be like, "Oh, I love Subway radio," and then he'll just start talking. My roommate does, and he just starts telling all of his roommates' information, and she's like, "Okay, dude," like.
Writing it down.
Just a fountain of knowledge. Yeah,
I get a phone call being like, "You need to call us back, or because there's a hold on your Social Security account, and you're going to jail."
Yeah. I get those.
You're going to jail, and I'm like, "Okay, no one that does like what?"
This is how. Look, I was recently contacted by the California state tax, and this is how they contacted me. They put a hold on my finances, and I had to contact them. They said, "Look, we're potentially taking out this much money. Are you call us?" That's it. That's how they got. They didn't call me and go, "Could you spend some time?" To like, no. Here's our power. Bam! They flex on me, and I have to respond to that. That's not. They're not soliciting calls or whatever. Or like going. Yeah. That's because I fucked up on my taxes from 2015, so I had to fix it on my state ones. Just a wee bit, but this happens to me every time I transition jobs. So like, it's happened to me 3 times, and I've switched 3 jobs. So it's like, so that seems like I have an issue when
I blame Trump.
No, this was 2015. This was Obama's reign.
That's Trump.
But this is
Still
California.
Trump.
So who was the governor of California then?
Was the Terminator still the governor
In 2015?
Was he the governor there?
Hey, you guys, the next time you see Milo, make sure you ask him what color the president is.
Oh yeah, that's so funny.
Oh, was she gonna say orange?
And it's just, that's just like, she hasn't been coached or anything. That's the beautiful thing of like a child. She just identifies things as colors because that's what she's learning.
Why is that dude?
You know what I hate? I mean,
he likes Cheetos. That's why.
Yeah, don't say that. That's my Cheeto. So the Mueller report movie version happened yesterday.
Wait, there's already a movie version?
No, just where he was interviewed.
Oh, okay,
you know.
okay. I thought they made like a fucking Lifetime movie of it already. I was like, man, they just kicking out scripts these
The
days.
more and more I hear you guys talk about it, the more and more I feel like we're turning into a reality TV show.
Well, I think the United States is the world's reality TV show.
It's a fucking joke right now. It is. It's a total.
Or is it the best show? Is it the best show on television?
They went on the streets and got this fool out.
And got these fools out.
Because Puerto Ricans are fucking down.
And so what are we doing here?
Ooh,
we're sitting here tweeting about it. We're going on Facebook. And you know, I was watching The View yesterday, you guys, as one does.
Fina, the Walking View commercial.
Joy Behar. Which I, can't wait when she retires. I'm gonna probably step up and take over.
Oh, for sure, dude. I can see that. Fuck yeah.
But what she was saying, she was like, she had a mess, like someone like sent her a message and was like, "Tell Joy that we are protesting over here. We're doing it on Facebook and Twitter and blah blah blah." And she was like, "That's not enough. That's not doing anything." And yeah, if you can't physically go somewhere or whatever, and you want to show your support, by all means, let the people know what you think on Facebook and Twitter, but then you have to put some sort of action and call behind that for anything to happen.
Yeah, like if you could do it from the toilet, is it really working or helping out, you know?
Well, it's clearly
and like the
not.
And the fucking top celebrities, and it's also because everybody who has money, like Bad Bunny, that fool is hella Bad Bunny. He's fucking killing it. He's a Spanish, he's a Puerto Rican like rap artist, one of the very popular ones. J Balvin, they're like reggaeton guys. Those fools were right there in the crowds, like protesting and with everybody. They fucking filled those streets, dude.
Hey,
those streets.
Well, I think that it's equivalent here. I think like it was like a third or a quarter of their population, so that here is so much.
That's 100 million people.
So many people.
That's the thing. It's like, and when you find, I think they did it in Turkey recently. The people can get leaders to leave, but they have to organize en masse. They have to march down there, and they have to be ready for a bunch of them to probably die over it because they're going to shoot in the crowd. Like you have to be like, if that's the change that you want, that's how you're going to make that change. And I don't even know if you can make that change against the U.S. because they're just too many guns. We
don't need guns. We have bombs and unmanned air. Like,
but the thing is,
we'll drop them. It's like,
I don't know.
Guns are like,
yeah. Oh, you guys have guns?
But what's really weird, like on the dark webs, like I like to go there, and I'm always listening to the occult and Satan worshippers and alien followers, and they're saying how it's really synced up that this is happening in what is it, Puerto Rico right now. When there's also like a same thing kind of going to storm Area 51, and Puerto Rico is kind of the United States, like 51 potential 51 states, a property, a territory, an area 51 kind of, and they're saying that like in the conspiracy world, they're saying right now that this is they're using the storm Area 51 as like a challenge to see what else they can do. They're trying to organize the first storm wave of people that are gonna. This is a military base they're planning on attacking this military base. They're first trying to organize thousands of drones to hit it first, right? So now if they can get someone to do a military base on the U.S. under the guise of fun or aliens or whatever, then they're thinking of like, what else can we use? Because basically right now a bunch of people online are like basically like sheeple. They're fucking like meat puppets just waiting for instructions. And they're using, the conspiracy is that they're doing this test run and the Puerto Rican test one. Like they're trying to get them to storm the government now, which already kind of worked. They're trying to get them to storm a military base now, which may or may not work. We're going to see what's going to happen.
They'll get shot.
You're going to get anyone that goes down. Yes, but if they can organize, if they can get 10,000 people to show up, which is a lot.
Well,
that'd be fucking nuts.
It would be
that's a small army.
It would be it'd be a crazy like.
And whoever started that, no one's claiming.
When are they supposed to storm Area 51?
September sometime.
September 12th, September 22nd, something like that.
Right after 9/11.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Speaking of 9/11, though.
See, this is going to be 9/12.
And speaking of 9/11 and protests,
I like that.
Is the 9/11 first responders were like not like their health care was like taken away from them, or they weren't getting the care that they needed, and it took the 9/11 first responders.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're getting a bunch of cancer, and
I saw that.
and they've had like Band-Aid bills to give them more aid, and now they're basically saying that bill ran out. So they basically
Jon Stewart stepped up.
Yeah, Jon Stewart used his celebrity to do that, and then even the first responders have been protesting and showing up, and one guy showed up, and he was on his deathbed. Essentially, he died a week or two later, and so now a bill is passed, so now they have the funding that they need for healthcare and to take care of them. But it took, think about it, they were first responders in 9/11, right? And it took 9/11 2000 and what? One.
Yeah.
2018, and it took all of this time to get something that's comprehensive to take care of people that showed up for us.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Meanwhile, everyone in Congress, children's have had all the medical care they wanted. You know, they're always taken care of. But our first responders, the people that are really seriously doing shit. I'm not saying that these politicians aren't, but it feels like they aren't because they just sit around and do a lot of nothing. These people actually showed up if you look at those videos, you see thousands of people running this way, and you see a few paid individuals running that way. And those are some brave motherfuckers, and they're getting fucked over.
They gave their lives away to save other people.
Well,
and if that's happening, what else is happening?
And on top of that, every single one that was trying to stop this, every time 9/11 comes, they put up their Twitter posts. They go out there. They will never forget. They'll never forget. But it's clear that they don't really care.
Remember, Jon Stewart laid it down on them. The people you said you wouldn't forget about, you forgot about. I was like, damn.
That's a good fucking video.
And that makes me think, when you were used as celebrity, I was like, Jon Stewart is more than that. He should be doing what Donald Trump is doing. He should take his celebrity and fame and knowledge of how the politics works and everything, and he should be using it to try and run this country instead of Jon Stewart for real though. He really should be doing that. Al Franken touched a titty and got in trouble for that.
He didn't really touch a titty.
No, I'm saying he didn't stand his ground though. He should have been like, no, I didn't do that. It was a hug, and that's.
Well, he's trying to. There's talk about he's trying to come back. And he said he regrets stepping down.
He totally that's such a. If someone had said, "Hey, you got my titty," first thing I would say is, "No, I did not." I wouldn't go, "Oh, I'm backing out."
Well, it was a photo of his hand over it.
Yeah, still, you got to defend yourself. If you know you're in the right.
I've done that a lot.
Jon Stewart, I feel would stand up for himself. I feel like he would if Trump said something to him. Loser Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart's going to have a great response, and he's not going to go, "Oh, okay," or whatever. Remember when Trump was running and he kept saying that he said their dad is the Zodiac killer or something.
Oh, no, it was Ted Cruz.
Ted
Cruz is the Zodiac killer.
I was going to say that sounds like Ted Cruz. He is the Zodiac killer.
Well, but I'm saying
have you seen Ted Cruz?
Jon Stewart's not going to go and he'd respond back and he has the skills, the knowledge, the know-how, the ability to compete.
You love Jon Stewart, huh?
No, I just respect him. I've never even met Jon Stewart, but I respect him. I feel like he's knowledgeable. I feel like he could tell a funny joke. I still quote his joke right. One of my favorite Jon Stewarts ever is Jon Stewart jokes. He used to be a stand-up. He goes, I think it's cute when girls try and give us hand jobs. Inside my mind, I'm thinking, you're fucking with the master.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
I've heard you quote this.
That's Jon Stewart, and it's just so good, dude. Joke. It's such a funny joke. He's like, oh man, look at her tugging away. It's adorable. He's like, with me, 2 twists and a tongue, 2 twists and a tongue, and I'm done, dude. It's just ta-ta-ta. And that kind of guy can go up against that. He has the celebrity power. He has the media
wit,
knowledge,
the tenacity,
the
wit, the grit,
and the knowledge of how that shit works. Why doesn't he run? We should force him. We should all just write in Jon Stewart. And you know what? You can have Bernie as your vice president. You can have your political puppet, just like Trump has.
See, I can't wait for that to come back around again. Oh, we're going to write someone in. We're going to write someone in because that doesn't work in most of the states. You actually have to. You have to actually apply to be a write-in candidate in most states.
Wait, yeah.
I'm just thinking it's more of a political push than an actual vote.
Yeah.
Because that to me works more.
Just everyone, just nominate.
Everyone, no, just start talking about it and like making him feel guilty in it. He's a proud Jew. Like the guilt will get to him, and he will fucking get
God.
right into it. He'll be like, "Fuck, I have to do it now."
That's
Look, they're gonna think of me this whole time.
What is it? Art the Hernandez.
Art of Hernandez, you guys, come and
Art
learn.
of Hernandez.
Come and learn the art of Hernandez.
Art of-
I'll teach you how to Hernandez.
Art of Hernandez. Oh, now I get it.
I'll Hernandez this shit up right now, baby.
Hey, so GE, what's going on with them farmers?
Oh, yes, I saw today, I guess to touch on another thing that Trump is Trump-related and kind of Trump caused, is today U.S. farmers were given a $16 billion bailout for effects of Trump's trade war with China. And he is paying them $15 to $150 per acre of land. And it's apparently the South is going to be getting more of the money than like Midwestern farms, and it's being given out based on geographic location. So it's not being based on what your crop was worth or how much production you had, or it's not tied to anything fundamental about your farm except for the size and where it's located.
That's crazy.
Can I pack a bowl?
Hell yeah, please do.
That's fucked up.
Yes.
So like you said earlier, he sounds like he's trying to buy some votes.
I mean, it seems like it,
Dude.
like,
I'll put my vote on eBay.
Know?
Like
Yeah.
just give me some money, dog. I'll vote for whatever you want for the right price.
for the right price. No, there's an end.
And then the best part is they won't even know. How could they know my vote's private?
Yeah, I'm able to do whatever I want with my vote.
Give me that $1,000, and I'll vote however you want.
But yeah, so it's funny. It's like, oh, okay, it's a socialist, bailout. We're using taxpayer money to bail out farmers that you fucked over and to buy votes for your next election.
To fix your fucking boo boo.
Yeah.
And he's still doing the trade war, so that's not ending.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Remember what Dave Chappelle said that in his last special, he talks about reading the book by Iceberg Slim, Pimp.
Okay.
And in Pimp, he would like beat his hose with a coat hanger, right? Beat the shit out of him.
God.
But then after he would run a bath and give him some pain pills, and they'd be so grateful for him taking care of him, they forgot that he's the one that did that to him. And this is kind of the same mentality.
That is a good mentality. At first I was like, God damn it, Art.
No, this comes from Dave Chappelle's example. Like,
That's
he's like, that's how a pimp gets you. That's how they run game on you. That's how they get more mileage out of a hoe.
Also, if you're watching Deadwood,
the movie,
no, the show.
love it.
I'm in season 2.
I haven't
She was
seen it.
like,
This
they're
was
like,
left on
why
you,
you going back to him? Swearingen, and Trixie goes, because I've been a whore my whole life, and sometimes, the pimp's fucked up, basically, but he's my familiar.
Yep.
It's like, it's what I know.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to change, and I'll change someday, but, when shit gets fucked up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
you go to what you know.
Yeah, some people run to their parents, I need help for this. Some people run to
Their
their
pimps.
family. Yeah. pimps.
Alcohol. I mean, people run to
Yeah.
lots of things when
Exactly.
they need help.
Yeah. And it may not be the right thing from an outside perspective, but that person's handling a kind
Well,
of
it's
chaos
probably not out. It's probably not right.
It's killing me.
Is it too much?
Yeah, it's a little too much.
Okay.
Please.
to her witchcraft.
These little things are strong.
Oh yeah,
Mighty.
there's a little
Fuerte.
Fina insert.
There's also no
Poquito
air.
fuerte.
Flow.
Yeah, you're right. And
Yeah, you need to get a vent in this bitch.
Well.
But
Oh,
I'm not complaining.
you can open the window.
Hey, that's a vent. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And this door, create a cross flow.
That's fucking shady as fuck. That reminds me of that Doordash shady skimming tip shit.
Yeah, DoorDash came out, finally announced that they are, they've basically been skimming tips from all of their drivers. The way it would work, I guess, is when a driver would pick up an order, when he accepted, he or she would get a right up front would get what their fee is going to be. So it'd say, oh, it's going to be $8.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to get $8.
Yeah, and that's what DoorDash is telling you. And then on the app side, and it even says in the app, it says 100% goes to your driver, 100% of a tip. So if someone wants to tip someone, so say I'm going to tip the driver $4, they should now get $12 for that. But what DoorDash was doing is they were taking the $4 tip and subtracting it from what they had to give the driver. So they were just giving the driver $4, the tip was giving them $4, and they were saving $4. And they've gotten.
So basically, they're just keeping the tips.
Yeah, they're stealing. They're stealing tips.
They're trying to like somehow like make it look like they weren't.
Yeah, and it's been an accusation for a while, and they finally, I guess, just admitted it like a couple days ago. So there's got to be a huge class action lawsuit against them too. You know, which I would jump on board with. I use Doordash.
Equifax?
Why don't you tell everyone how to use
Equifax.
the other one?
Yeah.
And we'll have the link down and below, but listen to Eric right now.
Yeah, so they might get another class action lawsuit, which is basically what happened with Equifax, which in 2015, between like May and July, a bunch of hackers got into Equifax data, which housed personal and like credit card and bank information, personal information on 147 million Americans. 2 days before it was made public that that happened, a bunch of executives at Equifax sold over $2 million worth of stock, because as soon as it becomes made public, the stock falls.
Of course, and that's called, what is that? Insider trading.
It should be insider trading, but they didn't get prosecuted for that at all. And so now they had to go through. They basically had to go through a settlement. So there's a website which we'll put below in the links, but you go there and it'll tell you if your information was accessed. And at 147 million Americans, that's probably anyone with a bank account's information was accessed. You know, like. Because you got to cut out all of the children.
If you ever asked for a credit report, that's one of the major three ones.
Applied for a credit card.
I should check. I still haven't checked.
Yeah, so
I'm getting money.
So basically, they're going to give you
I am too.
$125. But the thing is, I think there's a cap on how much in the settlement. There's a cap on how much money they have to give out. So I think it's like $430 million. So. Depending on how many people apply, anyone could get 125, or you could end up getting like $10 because too many people apply for it. But they're still a publicly traded company. Like their stock is high. I checked today. Their stock is higher this morning than it was the day this news came out 2 years ago.
Well, because
this 4 years
kind
ago,
of stuff gets buried
and
so
fast.
Gets
forgotten.
And like the same thing with these Cambridge Analytica guys there was another big thing that came out about that. They were the guys who, through a Facebook quiz, were getting a bunch of private information on citizens, U.S. citizens, and all citizens, anyone that uses Facebook. But by taking this quiz, you would give them access to your information. So they say that they had 5,000 data points on like every Facebook user.
Yeah, and this is probably one of those things that are like, oh, find out which Spice Girl you are.
Yeah,
you know? And then
exactly what they are. Yeah. So these guys, the FTC just fined Facebook like $5 billion. I don't know if they actually have to pay that or how that works out. That just
maybe we can get some money from Facebook. Is what you're saying?
And I doubt that. No, I think that's just a fine. But the guys that ran Cambridge Analytica cut a deal with them where. It's part of the deal is they now have to delete any information they still have on people. It's like these fuckers still have our information, and they're not allowed to lie about how they use public information in the future. It's like, so that's what these guys got. These guys stole a bunch of people's information, sold it to advertisers for millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. But if you get caught over an invisible line you're not supposed to be, you get thrown in. It's just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucked up.
It's crazy. Like, it's harder and harder to put. Like, the more money you have, the harder it is to put you into prison. Yeah. Or to any type of jail or custody, even get you into custody.
Yeah.
Now you have, like, lawyers defending you from even getting pulled in, you know? Like, the more money you have, the harder it is to do. So, it is kind of like, if you're going to do a scam or something, that's kind of the way. Make or break, dude. Like,
and look, go big or go home, I guess.
And look, we don't know these people's names. We're just like, oh, this is the entity they were under, and now they're just like nameless billionaires doing whatever.
Going out in the ether, gonna do another business and fuck up.
Making influencers influence, or whatever they do or whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyways, it sucks.
Hey, Melania,
what?
Why'd you ask me if I had celery?
Oh, So celery is my new thing. I joined this, like, I've been doing these groups. So like it's 10-day challenges, and we have like
Are these on like Meetup or Facebook or something?
it's on Telegram, and my friend Lorena runs it. My friend who does Herbalife. She's
Shout
my
out to
Herbalife
Lorena.
coach. So she does these challenges, but it's a bunch of girls. We have like an accountability chat, right? So this last challenge that we're doing right now is Detox Foods. So yeah, I'm still drinking booze, but I'm trying to avoid beer. So I've been drinking like vodka pineapples, if anything. But
Nice.
celery juice, I read, like, if you drink celery juice every morning, 16 ounces of it every morning on an empty stomach, it helps with inflammatory, it helps fight infections, it helps clear acne.
So you just juice the whole stock?
Yeah, I juice the whole stock. I have a Vitamix,
Okay.
so I don't have a juicer, so
I got a
I have,
Vitamix too. Do you strain it?
Yeah, I strain it.
And you add water to it, or it's just
I add a little bit of water.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's bomb. I like it, and I feel the difference.
Yeah.
Feeling like these days, my face was doing good, and then I fucking ate Chick-fil-A because Mila's a bad influence, and I love that too.
Mila, your
Yeah.
4-year-old daughter. Okay.
Yep.
Right?
Excuses.
It's like a teacher going, my students are grading me wrong. No,
Yeah. Yeah. You're good at analogies today, Art.
I've been making some salads. These salads that are super easy and super quick to make. My own vinaigrette. So, yeah, I asked if you had celery because I didn't drink my juice. I wasn't home this morning, so I didn't drink my juice. This day.
home.
All on an empty.
Maybe I
You should try it. You should try it. I feel like it.
I'll try it.
Yeah,
I like
it doesn't
celery,
hurt. Yeah,
you
you
know?
have a juicer every morning. It's a little bit.
I got 2 things I want to talk about. One, I have this thing in my eye. It's like called, the layman's term is surfer's eye. You know, it's like this thing that's growing over my eye. I have to have surgery eventually, but it gets really red.
Okay.
So it looks like half my face smoked lots of weed. You know. But when in reality my whole body smoked lots of weed, but only one eye kind of shows it, and it gets like red and like dry. And my friend who's a nurse introduced me to this eye drop. They're kind of expensive, but they're called Lumify.
Oh my god, they burn hardcore.
Have you used these? Because they don't. I was gonna say these don't burn, and it's just one drop, and within 2 minutes your eye whites are like super white.
But is that?
But it's
is it good?
expensive.
Is
Like
that
that thing
good?
was $20.
Yeah, is it
Do you-
good?
do you-
It sounds like you're bleaching your eyes.
Do you want
No,
your
I
eyes to be
asked. I
super
was like,
white?
"Is this bleach?" And
So I've
it's
known
like,
some
"No,
guys
it's
with great
not
eyesight. They
bleach."
have yellow eyes.
Yeah, try it. You just need one drop.
What's the name of
And
the
I
one that
don't
burns?
use it often. But I use it like when I need it. So
Yeah.
I would suggest if you have problems with red eyes, because some people out there just have
Close your eyes.
their shit is all red all the time. Allergies for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, it's a good fucking shout out to, what are they called?
Lumify. Yeah, these don't burn. I'm trying to remember
And
the
it's
ones
like
that do.
purple lid, the purple lid.
Did you guys ever try? It was like a triangle shaped.
Dude, all of the ones I've ever tried burns my shit up.
Clear eyes doesn't burn.
And
Or
then
Visine.
I have a new robot friend. I got myself a Roomba,
I'm so jealous of
Me
that.
too.
and I named him Romeo, and he's the best thing ever.
When I get a Roomba, I'm gonna call him Roomberto.
Roomberto. That's pretty
I need
funny.
to get one, man.
I know.
Dude,
I
it
wanna
is
get a
so-
Roomba too.
I know, dude. I've been keeping up with the Rybickies. I come over here and I'm like, dude,
All right, what do
I
you
need to
guys
get
got?
this squatty potty. Oh, you guys got a robot cleaning now?
I need to get
get
that
Oh,
that
yeah.
avocado knife.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
avocado knife.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
see?
guys. So remember when we went to the Dodger game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently, two rows behind us was Andrew's dad's friend,
Oh.
and they said, "Oh, we saw the thick girl and your granddaughter at the Dodger game."
The
The
thick
thick girl,
girl?
like I don't even know these people. I couldn't tell you who these people were. I couldn't nothing. But they were like, "Yeah, what's her name? The thick girl." Like,
Why wouldn't they just say your granddaughter's mother?
that's what I was like. Did they have to say
Fucking
all
shady
that?
as
Like,
fuck.
we have to think of who these people are. Maybe they just have, maybe they're quirky or whatever. Or are they just being dicks? Isn't.
think they're probably being dicks.
I think they're being dicks.
I don't know, because I
think
feel like
they're
people
being
in my
dicks.
families would say things like that.
Because I was
too.
wearing really
But
short shorts. You know what I mean?
thick
I mean, I like thick.
is thick bad? That's what I was gonna say.
Not for me.
Yeah,
They
that's
used
what
to
I'm saying.
call
It
me
doesn't
thick.
sound-
My friend, my best friend in high school, her brother used to call me Thickness, and then our other friend, she was called Trevor. She was a tall white girl.
There was a Nelly song that would talk about being a thick girl.
Mm-hmm,
You
I
know?
love that song.
That's a great song.
I gotta listen to that.
That's a
song when I
great
get in my
song,
car.
dude. But yeah, like that's a compliment. I think of it that way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, first of all, you
Thick
could've
is the
said
hot version
something-
of fat. You know,
Thick
like thick is
something.
like fat and fit put together.
The hot version
Thick.
of fat.
Slim
Yeah.
thick with your fine ass.
Like that. Like instead of someone saying like, "Oh, they're fat," which makes you think
I'm
of like
fat with a PH.
yeah, but it makes you think of something differently. It's like a word play with your mind. Like if you say, "Oh, she's thick," then you think of like, "Oh, she's like bigger but like built, like fit," you know, like a Beyonce or a Lena Williams or
Or a Melance.
a Melance.
Don't ever
Ooh.
do that ever again. No way. I can't. No,
shit.
nope. You can go back to the Moana song.
Milana-san? Is that your
Moana.
Japanese son?
No.
No, she's like,
Melania.
That's Milana-san?
Make
Oh,
way,
Milana-san.
make way. Melania, it's time you knew.
oh my
The
gosh.
village of Cinema Bar is all you need.
And I'm like, no, yeah, at least they saw us eating good with some fucking bomb ass sandwiches.
I know, we made sandwiches.
Okay.
We did.
You
We
could bring
did.
your own food into Dodger Stadium.
We did.
That
And
is a thing we do now from now on.
speaking
Oh
of
yeah,
baseball,
I'm going to a game with this chick, to the one that the sock giveaway.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and if you guys want to see that, then go make sure you follow us on the Facebooks and stuff so you can see when we go live. You can see Melania get socks from the Dodger game.
And
You
then
need socks.
August 12th,
Are they going to be Dodger socks?
there's Laker night, and so it's a jersey.
Laker
it's a
games
Dodger
are too
game.
expensive now.
No, it's
at
a
the
Dodger game,
Oh,
but the
okay.
giveaway is a Dodger jersey, but with Laker colors. That shit goes hard.
Nice.
That's my worst nightmare.
I mean, I'm not a Laker fan either, but Brian is, so I told him about it, so I think we're going to go to that one too.
I'm a
Nice.
Laker fan.
I'll get mine for Zach.
There you go.
You're, what, Spart is a Lakers fan?
Yeah. Yeah, and I like the Clippers also. I like all the LA teams because I grew up here.
The Clippers. You have to choose one.
No, I did choose them. I choose all of them.
Oh,
I'm a
God.
selfish millennial. I
You
want
go
both
for the
teams.
Anaheim Angels too.
Fuck no. I go for the
Okay,
LA Dodgers. Not the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles or whatever they're
Stupid
called.
fucking
Yeah.
biters.
No, I don't like I only go to the Anaheim Angels Stadium for monster trucks. That's the only time you catch me over there, homie.
I went to a tailgate that was the Anaheim tailgate.
Uh-huh.
And I wore a Dodger blue Anaheim hat. I did wear an Anaheim hat to support my boyfriend, but it was Dodger blue. So everybody was looking. I was all blued up, and they were like, "How come a Dodger fan can come over here and do that? But if we try to do that over there, people would talk
Why
shit
don't you
to us."
ask
I'm
that
like,
over there?
"Cause you ain't shit. That's right. That's
Right?
fucking right.
Yeah, you
'Cause
fucking
you
fools
ain't
be
from LA.
putting,
Fuck
you be putting
Can't believe
And
you.
then
be
be saying
putting,
stupid
like,
shit.
a-
You're probably just chilling.
Giants
I
fans
was chilling. It was
who
an
was
Anaheim
there with
hat.
their
You just gotta
daughter
look
in a
close.
coma.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well,
unnecessary.
Well, because you don't put.
You
But
know,
it's
what?
also like-
no.
That's
no,
a sad
no.
result, but it's also people talk shit and then they
People
just.
talk shit and don't expect to
And
get
I
hit.
don't. Yeah, and I don't think you should be.
You
react
shouldn't
that
get
way.
hit.
But there's levels
And
of
you
it.
shouldn't also talk shit, but let me tell you this.
When people were
Going to a
fucking
Dodgers
getting-
game, you fucking Dodger people talk hella shit.
What? See,
You're the
you're talking shit
talker.
right
You're
there
talking
because
shit
I've
and
been
you're a
to
fucking
Dodger
Giants
games.
fan.
Okay.
I've been there to games and I don't say nothing to anybody and
And you've
people
been
yell.
safe.
Okay,
No, people yell
well,
at me.
So my homegirl went to
I've never had any
a
problems.
when I
Charger
was
game
leaving, they were yelling at me
in
last
San
time.
But you don't
Diego.
get into fights, right?
Lorena
No,
went
because
to
I
a
don't
Rams
talk
Chargers
back.
game in San Diego, and these bitches that were Chargers
Sometimes
fans
I do.
hit her
Yeah,
for
see.
no reason, like just
Fina
cracked
totally
her
talked shit.
unexpectedly.
Dodger fans hit.
No, San Diego Chargers fans, like people.
Oh,
they
that's
get
another
rowdy.
thing.
Fanatics
I hate.
are fanatics.
Yeah,
I hate
Remember we were-
San Diego
yeah.
Chargers.
Remember that guy that got all bitter at my birthday?
Dude, we were at
I
the
hate
Cardinals
them too.
game.
They're violent ass people.
Dude, just
you know who
fanatics
else?
are
You
fanatics.
know who
Yeah.
else is violent? Raiders. Okay,
Look, this
these
is
are
the
the
thing,
violent
though,
teams.
Stefina, you have one of two
Some
options.
fans.
You have one of two options. You get involved or you don't. If you're gonna have a big mouth, then you should be prepared and equipped to fucking back it up, because not everybody is gonna just let
Me
you
too.
talk.
But I'm really
But
good
I'm
at
not
confusing.
Melania.
Hey,
you wanna hit me? You
These
wanna
not
kill me?
things
saying
are
You wanna
doing
be
the
murdered?
talking though.
But you weren't there. You don't know. You were not there.
Oh, I've seen shit.
But you were
Look
okay.
enough
But
to know
anywhere
how things
with
happen.
large groups of people can be dangerous if you're talking the wrong kind of shit. That could be anywhere.
Of course.
Every NFL game
But
I've been to,
that
there's been a
doesn't
fight.
mean
There's never been
that
one?
doesn't mean the people who are violent should get a pass because that's a fact.
No, they're not
No
getting a
one's saying it.
pass.
No one's saying they
nobody's
should get a
saying
pass.
that you should get a pass. What we're saying is don't be surprised.
Yeah, you
Be
should
prepared and be
act.
well
No one
equipped.
is
You
being
don't-
surprised.
If you don't
Because people-
participate in it, you know who to avoid.
I know who
People run their
who these
mouths
people are.
and they expect
I'm
nothing
not
to happen.
surprised.
They
I'm
act like
telling
they're
you
behind a
that.
keyboard, you know?
Yeah.
And that's when it gets... Because, like, some people... I don't think violence is good, but some people react violently, and that's...
See, and I disagree. When people were fucking fighting back in the day, shit was a lot easier. Now people are not fucking getting their asses whooped, and that's why people are getting away with the shit that
Because
they're
there's
getting away
guns
with.
and shit.
People are getting away with a
Say
lot
no
of
to
things.
violence, bro.
Say no to
to
violence. I mean, I'm
violence.
saying
I
I'm
agree,
not-
but I also
agree.
I agree you should say no to violence, but I'm just saying to people that violence is out there, and maybe when you're in a big
Sometimes
public
it's
setting, you
necessary.
shouldn't yell at random people because maybe you're not violent, but they might be. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's
Exactly.
okay that they're violent.
I
I'm just
agree
saying they
with
might
that.
be.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
stop. Yeah, don't
but
yell
these-
at fucking random
that's what I'm
people.
saying, and
Or I'll
fanatics
smack
do that.
you. No.
Yeah, exactly. People are like that. Like if you're at a sporting
how your
event
ass
and
gets
one team
smacked.
yells at you for a jersey, don't yell back if that's the home team.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong place. You know,
you keep
just
walking.
don't do that. Just eat it.
Or just
Yeah.
laugh. Whatever.
Just laugh and enjoy it. You go, yeah, you're right, man. Like what I do is I just yell like teamwork, sportsmanship. Like that way I'm
Well-
rooting, but I'm rooting for the event. I'm not picking a side when I'm on
Someone's
someone
gonna
else.
try to fight you for that
you're
one of
not
these days.
You're not a side picker.
Yeah,
You
dude.
like them all.
Well, I did. One time we were at the Arizona Cardinals watching the Los Angeles Rams. We were at their home stadium, and someone talked shit. So I talked a little bit of shit, but nothing that was like too... Like, we weren't going to get in a fight over this.
Yeah.
But I was
Just
like...
wait, the
just
guy
talking
that was in
about
front of
birds.
us?
He was like behind
He was
to the
behind-
side
Oh,
of
Yeah.
us.
behind the side, the fat guy.
Yeah, he was like a fat guy. You go, oh, you're just...
no,
you're
the thick guy.
No, he
No,
wasn't
he
hot.
was
fat.
He was fat. Dude.
Yeah.
He was melting. Like,
Yeah.
That dude was like
But
not right.
I was at a Cubs game in Chicago, and I'm in Cubs shit. And this guy caught a ball behind me, and I always like, let me get the ball. Because but they always give it to a fucking kid, right? So I made a joke, and obviously I don't want the ball. Like last time we were there, a kid caught it, and Andy caught it and then gave it to the kid, and I was like, give that shit back, and the kid gave it back to me. He had already caught two though. He had balls already. But they always give it to a kid, so he gave it to this girl in front of me, and I was like, man, why didn't you give it to me? He's like, you're not a kid. I was like, I'm the same size as a kid. Like, what does it matter? You know, obviously joking, right? And he goes, man, and then I was like laughing, saying, he's like, man, you're like 30. And I was like, bitch, what?
She was all like,
You're like,
I
thank
look
you.
20. No. And I was like, man, joke's on you because I'm 40. And he was like, and then this other girl, so he's 2 rows behind me. And this other girl, like older lady, was like, oh, it's, nice that some of us could look young or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's right. But then he said something else. And I go, yeah, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have asked you for a ball because it's clear that you don't have any. You know what I mean? And that was funny. Like, everyone was like, oh, and I started laughing. And the lady was like, stop doing that. Like, no. Like, don't engage with me. But we're obviously joking with each other, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then his friend, like, fist bumped me. And then I was like, come on, to the lady. I was like, that was funny. And then he was like, yeah, that was really funny. Because everyone's, like, laughing.
Yeah.
But it's like, even within your own team, people, like, some people get all weird. Like,
yeah. It's a
people
group
just
mentality.
Yeah.
People get like
people
braver.
Also, but people assume a lot of the times when someone's talking to you that they're talking shit to you instead of like listening and like kind of being,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Sarah
me.
Bacon
I'm
got
like,
chased
what?
out by all
Why
these
you say
fools
hello
at
to
Ewan's
me?
house one year. And then went to
Nice
the cinema
day.
all sad, and then the fucking Patriots ended up winning. And I was like,
yeah,
man,
so
if
you
she
asked
would have
about her.
just stuck it out another 15 minutes, she would have been fucking having all these fools
Yeah.
quiet, and it would have been funny to me because I was on mushrooms.
I know that was the funniest thing is she kept telling me, she's like, you're being so mean. I'm like Sarah, I'm on mushrooms. Like, I'm not being mean. Like, I'm watching this game. Like, no one's being mean to
We're
you.
watching a game.
But everybody
Everyone's-
was cheering against her team.
yeah, and
So
she
she
can't
felt
handle
attacked.
it.
We were just cheering like
That's
her team
what
just
I'm
wasn't
saying.
doing
Yeah,
it.
their
She
team
can't
hadn't
handle
done
it.
You
shit.
can't expect
And
how
her
people are
team
going to
wins.
react.
I'm not gonna
Her
cheer them
team-
for just
and
showing
also,
up.
like, her team fucking wins constantly this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they always win towards the end. So like she's just mad the first half isn't going her way. That's all it was. Like we weren't like going boo the Patriots. All this like
Yes,
yeah,
you
like
guys were.
I wasn't.
Yes, you guys were. All you guys were doing
called
it. I
out.
was there. I'm calling you
No,
out.
look it. I
This
probably
is what was
wasn't doing
happening.
that,
You guys
maybe.
were all cheering for the Patriots at opposite times. But so she's... Look, I was there reading, and I know Sarah, and just the way it came across, you guys weren't targeting her at all. But the fact that you guys were all going against her team and going for the other team, it was just one after the other. Fucking good play. Fuck the Patriots. Like, not all at once. But she was just all butthurt. And I was just
Well,
like...
because, yeah, everyone says fuck the Patriots because they fucking win all the time.
I was going for the Patriots with Sarah because I knew she was going to break if I would have been yelling against her, too.
I just like Tom Brady's wife.
Oh, my God. Art.
Me, too.
Well,
There you go. What? I'm not gonna hate, dude. Game recognizes game.
No.
She's, you know, she's worth more money than him too. Like she's like the man and like she's the head of the relationship.
An angel.
not
That
the man.
angel's
Oh,
runway.
Yeah, dude. She's the money maker in the family.
who
like,
is?
Giselle. He's like,
Oh.
he makes chump change to her. Like, she's like, bitch, retire and be my fucking arm candy. He's like, no, I want to play my game more.
Yeah, can I please play another
So I'm
season?
gonna make a couple more million. She's like, I do that by putting my underwear on, literally.
And then I love it because when they lose, like when they lost in the Super Bowl, like I don't know, a couple years ago or whatever it was, she like gets all public and she's like, the team does not support my husband. My husband out there giving it his all, and this team is letting him down.
he talks shit.
He's got to go into the locker room with these guys, and be like, bro, come on, like she's got to say that to the media.
It's like, hey, man, what?
He's like, I can't.
Like, that's going to help
He
him
can't stop her.
lead his team.
And her
He's
word
the
holds
leader
more
of
weight
his
too.
team. He can't even lead. He can't lead his team, and that's what she said.
I think his team understands.
Yeah, I think they're like,
okay,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Your billionaire hot wife is giving
yeah,
is mad.
yeah.
It's mad. All right, dude. That's
We
cool.
made her mad.
Yeah, he married the Tony Stark of models, and like, he's fucking good to go. Like I envy Tom Brady. He's a wise, smart man.
Man, listen, please.
Wow, you guys are just plopping shit right in front of the recorder.
Oh shit, my
It's okay,
bad.
there's little tinks and stuff. You guys, if you're hearing that, that's more of a 3D experience, like 4D. You can
Yeah,
feel
it's
it's like
like-
you're being at the
Wanna
table
It's
with
wake
like
us.
you
you're
up.
here. It's like
Yeah.
you're here with us.
Right here with
it's like
us.
you are the recorder. I
Yeah.
don't know. So,
All right. So,
speaking of sports,
speaking of sports, my little brother, Finn Kazmarowski,
Shout out to Finn.
20 now,
Finn.
just signed his first baseball contract
whoa,
with the Fort McMurray
Hell
Oil
yeah.
Giants,
Big Finn.
hell yeah!
pitching out of the bullpen. So yeah, there's like 10 more games
Nice.
left in the season. He's pitching a couple already. They
Get
they
some
stream them,
shirts.
so you can go if you want to check it out. Fort McMurray Baseball Giants.
Hey, Fort
They're on
McMurray,
there.
how
Go,
are you
Finn,
now?
go.
They're on YouTube.
I didn't know your brother's name was Fina.
Hell no! No, you didn't. You need to stop, Sarah.
That's not my fault.
It's not always about
Alright.
you.
It's funny. Well, did we do what we did?
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
it all.
we did what
We
we
did it all. Well, bye everybody. Missed
Bye.
you. Hope you missed us.
Yep.
If you didn't, fuck you.
Yep, see ya.
Later.
So-
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, mate.